ladies and gentlemen, the Crypto Crow is back with another installment of How to Do This. Yeah, I'm not going to, go through a whole bunch of updates, but things have definitely been getting busier in a way and then dying down at the same time. A lot of my communication channels are still blowing up. Like, I have created the Jabberwocky tool that, like, I don't know what it is. I will say that as of today, apparently I am going to be speaking at an upcoming blockchain seminar. And I'm not going to say where yet, but apparently it has been confirmed, and I'm waiting for all the official stuff to come in. So that's actually pretty interesting and exciting, because apparently it's a pretty big blockchain conference. So yeah, very, very cool. So anyway, so this video tonight is going to be pretty simple. First, I wanted to say, and talking to, I know that some of you are still having some issues in terms of, having sent your Bitcoin and you're waiting for your license and you're trying to find somebody to get a hold of. And here's the thing, and just so that you guys all kind of understand, you guys are all from different time zones, from literally all over the country. And due to the fact that the licensing system wasn't automated for up until like yesterday, I think, or the day before maybe, whenever the last video was that I was talking about it, everything was being done manually. So I need to start shooting these videos earlier. It's because it's like 8 o'clock my time, which is typically not a big deal, but just with everything I've been doing, go. So anyway, so keep that in mind, like, try to be a little flexible before you get too frustrated, because I get it. You send some money, and look at the bright side. Your money's worth a lot less now than it was when you sent it. So, there is a bright side to just about everything, right? But they did get it, and they're working. They're still getting everybody taken care of. And last night, I told them, look, you guys need to at least set up like a Telegram, because I know they don't have a lot of contact information on their website. I know that they're working on getting their website redone, and but they're very, very active in Discord. They're in my Discord helping people. They're in their own Discord channel helping people. They've been posting a lot of links to their Discord from mine to draw people in so they can help them more effectively. And this video tonight, I told them I'm going to be doing another video tonight to update my settings, and they said, well, let us know before you upload it so that we can have all hands on deck tonight. So that's what's going on. And they basically, I had them set up a Telegram channel, or a Telegram group rather, so that I'm going to link it under this. And so you guys know, when you watch my videos, click show description, because there's a lot more stuff in there, and I see a lot of comments like, where can I find this? Where can I find that? Just click show description. It's all there. I practically have a Bible under every one of my videos of all kinds of links and resources and all kinds of stuff, okay? Ways to I don't want to say ways to communicate with me, because you guys already found all those. But there's a lot of different stuff in there. So that being said, that's like my favorite line, I think. We are going to go into these new, I'm just going to show you how to update or upgrade your profit feeder settings with something that I think is, I'm not even going to talk in detail. I'm just going to give you the settings. You're welcome to try them. And then I'm going to show you basically how you start profit trailer and then profit feeder, and then you let it run a cycle. I'm seeing a lot of people say, well, hello, Crow, I changed my settings, but they didn't catch on, so I stopped it, and I redid it, and I kept doing it, and nothing ever happened. I did the same thing. The reason is because it has to go through a full cycle before all the files update. So it's not like Profit Trailer, where you make a change, you save it, and you look at your log, and it shows like, changes detected and a new heartbeat. It's not like that. It takes a full cycle. I think it might take like a full minute or so, maybe even 2, before you're going to see all of your pairs files, all of that stuff changing automatically, okay? So just when you run it, just let it go, and then check it in a little while, all right? Now, and I also want to tell you guys that because Bitcoin is where it's at right now, I mean, it's low, it's likely going to start shooting up again soon. So even though I'm giving you these settings, they should do very well, but I want you to keep an eye on your bot. I want you to keep an eye on Bitcoin's price, because if it starts to go up too much, I want you to put the bot into sell-only mode and just ride it out until Bitcoin then it's just doing what it's doing. Because otherwise, you're just going to go through your budget, generate a bunch of bags, and you're going to sit there for a week waiting for your bags to catch up and sell off. Okay? So it doesn't matter what I'm doing, whether I have a trigger going, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm always checking in on my bot multiple times a day, just because you never know. Okay? All right, so here we go. Let's get rid of this. And all right. So I'm going to assume that you already have your, well, this is my profit trailer, all right? So the Crowbot is my profit trailer. This is my profit feeder, my profit trailer feeder. This is, it's feeder crow. Should say crow feeder, right? That would make more sense. But this is my crow feeder file. This is the new file that I'm going to give you guys. It's going to be in the description. I'll probably make the new Telegram channel for Profit Feeder first. Oh, and let me say again, I do not own this software, folks. I have no control over the licensing. I have no control over any of that stuff, okay? I'm just somebody who uses this. I've been testing it, it's worked very well for me, and I'm telling you guys about it because I'm confident it'll make you guys some money, but I don't own it. So if you're coming to me directly with, like, you know, licensing issues, or like, oh, well, where do I send my Bitcoin or whatever? And for those of you who just do not want to deal with setting this thing up, they offer an installation service where they will get everything set up for you on your VPS, on your computer. They'll either dial it in through like TeamViewer or remote server or whatever it is, and they will set it all up for you. I think they charge like 0.001 Bitcoin for that. So I get a lot of you guys offering to pay me to do this for you. I'm too busy. They will do it, and they'll probably do it cheaper. I mean, 0.001 is really nothing. So if you're going to buy this and you don't know how, and I'll tell you, if you're going to buy it, now's the time before Bitcoin spikes, especially if you're buying Bitcoin now to buy these. Now's the time, is my guess, okay? And let me say, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not licensed for anything. I never know what the hell I'm talking about, so don't listen to anything I tell you, okay? All right, so here we go. All right, so here's the Crowbot. Here's the files. So we're going to open these files up. Now, I am just giving you the apps settings file, okay, because this, oh, I need to export all this. All right, so I'm going to drag this all over. All right. So here are all the files that I'm going to close this. Let me double check real quick. All right. So this is the app settings file. I'm going to assume that you probably already have the host settings file because that contains your license keys and all that stuff. I'm going to assume that you already have this. Oh, you can't even see me on this video. Hold on. There I am. I didn't even realize I wasn't talking to you this whole time. All right, maybe I did you guys a favor. So that's basically, I'm not including the host settings file because you already have that file, and you can just change the one you've got. If it's new, if you're just buying this tonight for any reason, or you've already purchased it, you should already have those settings, and if not, you're going to have that file anyway. So I don't need to replace it any way you look at it. All right. What I did change, and what you are going to overwrite, is the app setting file. And now here's the thing. I've showed you guys in the past that big graph of all the different pairs on Bittrex. Now this is set up for Bittrex, folks, and I don't deal with Binance much. I played with it for a little bit, but I definitely don't deal with Poloniex. This is pretty universal as I understand it. You really don't have to change a whole hell of a lot. Base currencies, BT, yeah. I mean, as far as profit trailer is concerned, I don't see anything specific you need to change in any of this. Basically, what and this is coming over top of profit trailer, right? And so it's going to be replacing a lot of stuff. So you shouldn't really have to change a whole heck of a lot, if anything at all. Maybe in your, I don't want to open this because it's got my keys and stuff in it. And this is actually the one I'm using. So I'm going to run this. When I'm done with this video, I'm just going to let it run. But you shouldn't have to do anything. So anyway, what I have done is I've taken that graph And all of the coins that I have looked and found to be pump and dump coins, I've already put them all in here for you. And it's a long one. So that's it. So all these coins are basically going to be in a constant sell only mode. Your bot will not buy them. All right. Because I've had a bunch of people asking me about those settings, and I keep forgetting I was going to add it as an upload and this and that. Well, now they're going to be right here in these settings. This is an EMA spread setting, which is the only thing I really prefer using. I tried EMA gain. I didn't like it. I'm comfortable with EMA spread, and I'm comfortable with EMA spread because, and I know that some of you guys are asking me, what does EMA spread do? And so, you know what? I'm going to actually show you, because I said I was going to do that on one of the comments, and so I'm going to try and show you guys right now. Give me a second here. All right. Go to CoinBase. Where are we? All right, I'm going to put this up. What is that? Hold on a minute. All right, so here's my Coinigy. Now, you can do this with TradingView as well, which TradingView is free. You get a bunch more bells and whistles and things. Oh, Bitcoin's up to 14,735. That's cool. Even though it looks like I'm going to have to refresh because it's not showing me anything. This happens sometimes. I'm going to give you guys a real simple kind of explanation as to what the hell the EMA spread ultimately is. Will this load? Here we go. All right. So 1334. So basically what this is these are two exponential moving average indicators. I had a bit of a brain fart. So these two lines here, now you can use Bollinger Band 2 to kind of swallow up that whole thing and kind of give you the highs and lows, but you can pretty much see it. But anyway, all this is it's a simple little, and I'm not going to get too technical and crazy with it, but ultimately I run a 13 and a 34, I run both these indicators. The 13 indicator is this purple one. When this purple indicator crosses over the blue one, that's basically showing an increased volume that's buying it, which is going to drive the price up, okay? When it crosses down, okay, now this isn't Bitcoin, this is UBIC. But when it crosses down, here, let's go to a 30-minute chart. So on a 30-minute chart, it would, and I typically, actually, when I'm like swing trading, well, when I was swing trading Bitcoin, I would use a 15-minute chart and a 1-minute chart. So like right here, when it crosses down, that's basically a time to sell for the most part. And then it'll come down here, and then when it starts to, it'll come up, but it hasn't crossed back over, right? On a 15-minute chart, this hasn't crossed back over, so I probably still wouldn't buy yet, right? And that's a good thing because you can see in this indicator that it continued to fall back down even more, significantly so. And then it started to come back up. Well, this is the gamble territory, right? This is basically where it's kind of like, do I want to buy? Do I want to wait? Do I want to buy? If you wait until this 13 indicating line crosses back over the blue one, the 34, that's a good time to buy because that means there's steady exponential movement in the up direction that's going to drive the value up. Okay, so if you're always selling right at the when it crosses down into a downtrend, and you're always buying when it crosses into an uptrend, that's where you make money, and that's ultimately what the EMA spread strategy does on the bot. Okay, now. And all of the settings for the indicators and the EMA and all that stuff, it's already going to be in these settings for you. Now, what also happens, and that's kind of the whole nature of the profit trailer, profit feeder thing, is the trailing factor. So let's say that you know my purchase price or my target price is right here at this line. Okay, making sure you can see that. Let's say that's where my target price is, but the price continues to go up. Well, my trailing indicator, my trailing factor will follow this all the way up until it dips. And then it creates a sell order to dump it at a profit. Okay, so that's basically what happens. You're setting your minimum profit percentage, basically the minimum you want the bot to sell a particular coin for, and then you set that trailing factor so that when you're riding up, the tail or the trail is as big or small as you want it to be based off of kind of a risk factor. You know, the longer it is, the more it's going to follow it and the more it'll dip. And so you don't want too much of a dip in that. You want to just sell it, right? Because you want quick transactions. But if you want to expand the time frame that you're holding the coin, thinking, well, even if it dips a little bit, maybe it'll continue to rise. But I don't play those games. As soon as I've maxed it out, I dump it, I sell it. If the bot wants to, if there's an opportunity, the bot can buy it again and we'll start over. Okay? So anyway, so that's basically what the EMA strategy is. Or the EMA spread strategy is, and that's basically the only one I use for these bots. It's something that I know, that I'm comfortable with, I understand it better, and hopefully now you do too, okay? All right, so I actually got further into, I got further into the instruction of the video and completely forgot to take out the stinking Coinigy window. So I did a whole bunch of stuff and realized you guys couldn't see any of it. So I stopped it, cut half of it, and here we are going to pick up. So anyway, so now here's what we're going to do. So we're going to basically upgrade or update, change the settings, okay? So when you have the file ready to go, you got everything in here. I did have it on the desktop, but I had already did all this, so I'm going to do it again. Ultimately, you're going to take this, you're going to come in here into the config folder, you're going to drag the contents of the file that I'm going to give you guys, you're just going to drag it right over in here, and you're going to replace all the files in there, okay? And you're done, and that's it. Now, we're going to go back to the beginning folder here, and it's a PT feeder, or whatever your primary directory is. If you change the name of it for whatever reason, kind of like I did with the Crowbot, that's my profit trailer. But here you're going to click in this window, copy and paste it. Okay. Now I'm going to close this again. I'm going to just restart it. That was my profit trailer. Now I'm going to go in here. I'm going to double click. I'm going to start up my profit trailer. So it's running, and I'm sure I'll get a normal heartbeat here in just a second. Hopefully you guys can hear me better. I hadn't heard too many complaints about the microphone this time or lately. So, all right, so we got a DCA heartbeat. Everything's good. The BTG that my bot bought like a week and a half ago when it spiked, and that's the one bag I've not gotten rid of because it just does not seem to go up. So anyway, is what it is. All right, so now, excuse me, folks. So right click, go into the command prompt. We're going to open that up, and in here we're going to type CD space right click paste. Okay, which is basically you're pasting this here into here. All right, now when you're in there, hit return. It's going to take you into the feeder thing. Now, what I did, I actually set up this for myself as a constant, just a note, because I really don't have the greatest memory, and not like when I did it as a kid. So this tells me exactly what I need to type in. So I'm just looking at the name of that file: .net space pt feeder.dll return. If all goes well, that should run. Looks good so far. Okay, there we go. 0 out of 198 pairs queried. Now, what's going to happen here, I can go ahead and close this. Now, what's going to happen here is the bot is going to, this is running over top of profit trailer. Okay, and this is ultimately what you should be seeing. Something like that, probably without the Bitcoin gold line. So what's going to happen is, this is going to go through all of the pairs. It's going to assign every pair different settings, okay, based off of where the Bitcoin market is, based off of where the pairs market is. And then it's going to figure out the best configuration for each pair. And then once it's done with that, it'll run, and then it'll change your pair settings in profit trailer, okay? That's how this thing works, and it's constantly recalculating everything. So if I go into my profit trailer settings, I come into the pairs, this is what I'm looking at. So what's going to happen once Profit Feeder has completed its whole thingamajig, whatever it's doing, it's at 90 out of 90, 198. So once it's done that, this whole file will change, and all of the pair settings in that file will change. And every 3 minutes thereafter, Profit Feeder will change. So here's the thing, guys. When you guys, if you have Feeder already, give these new settings a try, because I've had different people say, so I've had people go in because of their budget. This is all based off of a percentage of your budget, okay? You really shouldn't have to change too much about it or too much with it. If you start messing with the minimum buy, maximum buy, all that stuff, and you start messing with those settings, you're going to start getting errors that, cannot buy X token, because I've seen a couple of these situations where people that don't understand the settings, or they really haven't gone into the wiki much, they don't understand what they're doing, are just kind of changing random things. Don't do that. Just let the bot run. If the bot is doing something, or if it's buying too much of something or something like that, and you don't like that, then ask for help then. It's a lot easier to ask for help that way than to change a bunch of random things you don't understand, start getting errors, and then start asking for help, because then everybody has to pour through your log files, pour through everything, send a bunch of screenshots of what's going on, and spend 30 minutes trying to figure out what you did rather than what's wrong with the actual bot itself. And that's what's important, okay? So let the thing run. Figure out what you like and don't like about what's happening. And then if you have questions from there, go to the Telegram channel, go to Discord, so forth and so on, and you'll get much easier help. Okay? So now this thing is listening on the port. Application is started. Let me see. Right now this is in it's in a boring setting. So I'm going to go and I'm going to see if it's updated this yet. Give me just a second. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So it has not updated yet. So it's going to finish its first cycle. So this is what I was talking about earlier. When a lot of people, they change settings in Feeder, they hit save on the settings file or the applications file or whatever, and then they expect everything to just change instantly. It doesn't. It takes a full cycle. I thought it did. It takes a full cycle, and then it will update all of the settings, okay? We won't wait for the whole thing. I know it's coming. I know it's going to happen. If you're doing this right along with me, it's going to do the same thing for you. Wait for the full cycle to complete. You'll notice that the pairs file changes, and then you're off to the races. You're running, and then from there, you just monitor everything. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. How long is this? This half of it was 7 minutes, so we're probably at my typical 20 minutes. Hopefully this video is helpful. Like I said, I mean, if you don't have Profit Trailer, Profit Feeder yet, I love it. I know that there are a lot of people making money. There are people that are putting, they're starting off with $300, $400, $500 in the system, and they're making a couple $100, or they're making $100 their first night. Look, the software works. And I completely understand some of the frustration you guys have had, purchasing it before the licensing system was automated. It's all automated now. These guys genuinely care about, like, this J-Rod guy. I'm not even 100% sure. I think he's the owner, creator of the whole thing. Now, he's a crazy bastard, okay? Because I've been, like, in a good way. Like, he's one of these, like, ballsy, balls out, like, go for broke kind of trader types. Just based off of the things that I've been seeing in Discord. I mean, the guy's fun. I mean, he's cool. Colib Hoy, he's a cool guy who he's just trying to deal with everybody, right? But, look, these guys care about making you guys money. And let's just be honest. They don't make anything unless you do. Because if you guys aren't making money out there in crypto land, well, their sales just disappear. So they want to help you. I assure you, they want to help you. You just have to imagine like 3 or 4 guys dealing with 1,000 to 1,500 people with different requests all at the same time. And the thing of it is, and this is what I'm learning, just from my perspective, like all of the hundreds and hundreds of messages or emails I get a day, it's never just one, folks. So if somebody asked me a question, like I had a guy, I was so tired and I was kind of a smart ass. This guy was like, "Hey, I love your videos. Can I ask you a question?" And I said, "Well, you already did. That's all I had time for." But because I'm so used to everybody asking me a question, and if I answer it, because I try to go through hundreds of these things every day and answer every question I can, but then it leads to a second and a third and a fourth, and every single one of them starts with, "Hey man, I know you're really busy, but..." So just, you guys have to understand that everybody's doing everything that they can. You will get sorted. Now is not the best time to be running a bot anyway, unless you've got a solid trigger set up, because I do believe Bitcoin's going to start going back up. Well, it already did start going back up today. It already did. So it's gone up like $500 this afternoon. So it is what it is, folks. But, you know, everybody cares about, you know, everybody making money with this feeder. So post your comments. I do appreciate everything you guys are doing. I didn't want to like burden you guys with a bunch of updates. There's, you know, I gave you the blockchain conference update. That's a pretty cool thing. You know, the people that have been, you know, approaching me lately have just been absolutely blowing my mind. I mean, just on a completely different level. I did take profit this morning. I sold 2.8 Bitcoin. Just because this is the week that I want to be debt free outside of the house. So honestly, it's going to pay off everything. Like the cars. I have a car that I owe money on that I can't sell because it runs, but I know there's something wrong with it, and I didn't want to sell it unless somebody knows, like, hey, there's something wrong with it. Nobody's going to buy it with something wrong with it for more or as much as I owe. So it's just been sitting in my driveway. Well, now I can pay it off and just get rid of it to somebody on the cheap. You know what I mean? It's like just all the burdens, everything it's basically going away. And I'm like, you know what? We're just going to sell the Bitcoin. I think I sold it at $14,200, knowing, you know, next week it's probably going to go back up to 15, 16, maybe even 17,000. But it's okay. As long as we're all working hard, we're going to keep it flowing and keep it going. So, remember, guys, crow your coins. And I'm out for now. I will tell you, I've got a series of videos coming up that you guys are going to freaking love. So all you guys complaining about all my self-hype and self-promotion and everything else going on, hopefully tonight's video is very helpful to you guys, but the videos that I've got planned moving forward here are going to be pretty special. I think you're going to get a real kick out of them, but I'm actually trying to structure these videos, not just kind of wing it. And I think since I've been yammering, I think the settings have changed because I can see all the craziness going on. Yeah, so I want to reload it. Yeah, see, you can see it's already changed stuff. So there you go, folks. You just got to give it some time, be patient with it, let it do its thing, and you're going to be good to go. Crow your coins, have a fantastic night, make some money, and I want to know how much money you make with these settings tomorrow night, okay? Post them in the comments of this video. I love all you guys. I really do. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.